Good morning everyone, this is Multi-Game Master 1 here and welcome back to my 100% Let's Play of Pikmin. Yesterday we explored even more of the distant spring and made tremendous progress in gathering up the ship parts. We've gathered a total of 3 yesterday, and so today we're going to travel back into the distant spring, quite possibly for the final time, in order to get the final 4 ship parts that are still out there. So let's go ahead and get the day started. And this might not be my final day in the distant spring, so don't quote me on that yet. I'll try to get through this area as much as I can today, but at best it may take me like 2 days to get it done. So pretty much all the work for the red and yellow Pikmin is done, so I won't be calling those guys out. I'm just gonna have the blue Pikmin take care of things from here on out. And before we move on, one thing I want to check. Yeah, okay. Okay, so as we can see, the shearwigs are back, and now it's time to go ahead and deal with all of them. If I can get their attention. If I can lead them out to the water, it'll be great. Okay, so that's one shearwig. 2 left. And boy, was that a close one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and carry these shearwigs back. And as soon as that's accomplished, we can move on. Okay, so now focusing on where we left off last time, we were in this area right here trying to take care of some enemy resistance, and I just noticed that we haven't constructed a bridge here, so I'll get started on that right away. Hopefully we'll be able to build a bridge in which we can use to get across there. Okay, so far the blue Pikmin are making good progress, and they seem to have already finished the bridge. However, it's incomplete, so we need to travel to the other side. However, getting there is not going to be easy because we have more of these shearwigs. So let's go ahead and deal with all of them. And take them back to the onion. And right here we have our next ship part. I found the gluon drive. Using the quark bonding metaphysical properties of gluons, this device, well, it's very scientific and I don't fully understand it myself, but it was very expensive. If it was expensive, then why would you buy it, Alamar? Seriously, is putting your ship in tip-top condition really that important? Unless if it was part of your job, then it would make sense. But I digress. Anyway, so before we can carry the gluon drive back, we need to finish constructing the bridge. Because if I tried assigning the blue Pikmin onto the ship part, they wouldn't really get back to the SS Dolphin and the Onion. Because apparently they can't see that they could just simply carry it back through the water's path, and they have no choice but to use the bridge. Like I said before, when it comes to determining a way back for the Pikmin to travel back to the SS Dolphin and the Onions with scraps and or ship parts in hand, they pretty much think independently. You can't really guide them or do anything about it. Okay, so while they carry that back, we're gonna take care of some more enemy resistance. The yellow wollywogs that we left alive. And for these wollywogs right here, you can choose to take them on land or water. Whichever way you choose will work fine. And the ship part is aboard. While I'm killing the enemy, of course, so I hope nothing happens. Gluon drive. I have no idea how this works, but it means the dolphin will again lift off with its characteristic roar. 26 of 30 parts, 3 more will increase the ship's capabilities. And so far we're doing really well. Okay, there we go. That enemy has been defeated. I'll gather the rest of the Pikmin so we can take the scraps back. And what's cool about the Wii version to this game is you can call Pikmin from distances afar from your position. Okay, so now if the blue Pikmin would carry that back, and once again they seem to be having trouble doing so. Yeah, these guys appear to be stuck. Hang on. Okay, why are they not carrying it up there? Oh wait, I think they just got it. Okay, there we go. Sorry that took so long. Anyway, let's just move on. Here we have another Wollywog, so we'll deal with that one as well. And I think for this one I'll drag it onto land, just to be safe. Again, you can choose to fight the Wollywog on land or on water, whichever works best for you. Okay, so we almost got him. And there we go. Okay, so evidently dealing with the enemies and taking care of obstacles in our way cost me a lot of time, so it's less likely that I'll be able to take care of things for today. So this really won't be the last day in which I'll be here. However, I can guarantee you guys that it will be the second to last day that we will be here. Let me see, is there another yellow pellet inside that place we just were in yesterday? Looking at it from over here, it appears to be so. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Well, I guess what I can do is send 20 blue Pikmin back. And then call out some red Pikmin to get the yellow seed out. And the blue Pikmin that I assigned over to the wall, they should be done tearing down the wall anytime now. Oh, and another thing about the fire jets, if you carelessly stand on top of them, you will take major damage. So I recommend you exercise extreme caution when approaching these fire jets. Okay, so now that the seed is away from the fire jets, let's just head back to the onions and dolphin. Repair my spacesuit. Then send the red Pikmin back. And I'll come back over here later for the yellow Pikmin. Right now, with the wall being torn down, we can explore the path that is behind the wall. And I wonder what's behind it. And I think you guys may have already seen it, but lo and behold, it is our next ship part. It's my zirconium rotor. This is made from rust-proof zirconium, which is particularly suited to making spaceship parts. I had to pay a lot extra to have this installed, and I suspect the mechanic overcharged me. Well, if the mechanic overcharged you, then why didn't you just sue him? Unless you didn't know that he was overcharging you. I mean, seriously. You ought to get your money back. Alamar, jeez. Think, why don't you? And here I thought you were an intelligent captain. But, once again, I digress. Still, if someone to pay a lot extra to have something installed, it sounds kind of fishy and cheap and kind of like a scam, in my personal opinion. And if something like that were to happen to me, then I would sue and get all my money's worth for all of that extra money that I had to waste. I honestly would. Anyway, with the zirconium rotor being carried back, let's call out the yellow Pikmin and get that yellow seed. Zirconium rotor. Made of rust-proof zirconium, it is as shiny as new, despite being left out in this planet's harsh elements. 27 of 30 parts, 2 more will increase the ship's capabilities. And I have no idea what that noise was. But anyway, let's just travel over here and get the yellow seed. And I think that's going to be it for today, because we really can't do anything else right now, given the fact that we're running short on time. But I guess I can show you guys what is to be expected of us tomorrow. So as you can see on the path ahead, if we get a good look at it, we will find some more enemies, the Wogpoles, the water dumpos. And past that point, if we have a look at the map, we have 2 more ship parts, the last 2 ship parts that we still need to get. However, given the fact that we're running short on time and the sun is starting to set, we will save those for tomorrow. So technically today wasn't the last day in which I was supposed to be at the distant spring, but tomorrow definitely will. I promise you guys. However, I do know a couple of things that I could do before day's end. Okay, so we're running short on time, but before we get out of here, I just want to do one last thing. And I believe I'll have enough time for this. And for this task, I'll need the blue Pikmin. And the task I'm going to do is to kill these wall foes. Reason being, well, why not? And of course these guys only give out one Pikmin when they're taken back to the onions, but every little bit helps, and the more the merrier, right? So yeah guys, we definitely got quite a bit done today. I'm sorry I didn't cover everything for today as I said I would. Tomorrow I will definitely finish things up here in the distant spring, and then we'll have finally finished up the area. "18 days since impact. Sheer grub. Today I've learned something new about these creatures' behavioral patterns. They are very vexing bugs. They chew apart the bridges that the Pikmin build. All the efforts the poor Pikmin went to. I must watch for these pests." And we pretty much already saw this ever since, I think it was day 7 back in the Forest of Hope. Yeah, we pretty much already seen it by then, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, looking at the chart, Pikmin population on the rise, not a Pikmin loss, and we are almost done with searching for all of the ship parts. And with everything accomplished for today, I think now would be a good time to call it a night. So tomorrow we're going to finish things up in the distant spring by recovering the 2 remaining ship parts that are still out there. So until tomorrow, I'm Multi Game Master 1. Thanks for watching and have a good night.